Hello and welcome to the audio commentary of the lesson. Like any other language learner, you may have several times wondered in choice between present perfect or present perfect progressive. Well, actually you were right, because there's a huge overlap between the function of these two tenses. But there's also simple tricks to distinguish the difference. Well, we are going to discuss the tricks and the ways you can distinguish and then apply them on the questions you have just answered. Well, you will have to choose present perfect if the verb was focusing on number of times the action is done or it was focusing on the result of the action. On the other hand, you will have to choose present perfect progressive if the verb was giving you the length of the action for how long the action has been done, or it was focusing on the action itself rather than the result. Okay, now let's get back to the questions and apply the rules on the questions. Question 1. The zoo isn't far from here. I have walked or have been walking there many times. Okay, many times. It is number of times, so I have to choose present perfect. Question 2. He has visited or has been visiting 10 museums this week. Again, number of the times, so the answer should be present perfect. Number 3. Sue is reading a book. She started 2 hours ago and she's on page 40. She has read or has been reading for 2 hours. Length of the time. And as we mentioned earlier, for the length of the time, we would go for has been reading, present perfect progressive. Number 4. I have written or I have been writing this letter for an hour. Well, again, it's length of time, and I will have to choose present perfect progressive. Number 5. I have bought or I have been buying a new pair of shoes. Well, the result seems more important because the speaker is giving the news of buying the shoes. So the result would require present perfect. Number 6. Have you finished or have you been finishing reading that book yet? Okay, It's clear that the focus is on finishing the book, which is the result of the action. So clearly the choice is, have you finished? Number 7, I'm hot because I have run or have been running. Okay, we need to focus on the action itself. I have been running. And finally, number 8, your exam paper is completely blank. What have you done or have you been doing? Actually, the speaker who is asking the question wants to see, well, what were you doing during this whole time? So it is focusing on the action itself, and the choice is present, perfect, progressive. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Goodbye.